Hi guys, and welcome to this weekly horoscope. This one is for Monday the 2nd of May going through until Sunday the 8th of May 2022. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to go through each day this week to see what energy you'll be working with, and hopefully that'll give you some practical ideas on how you can maximize the successes and minimize the difficulties here. It looks like a really positive week. The thing I noticed is that there are specific days where you're going to feel an unbelievable sense of drive, and the world is your oyster and you can do absolutely everything and anything. And then there are days when you just want to relax and sit down a bit and enjoy and kind of daydream. The two strongest elements that are coming through to me this week are earth and water. So anything that allows you to tap into your creative side, or walking out in nature, getting grounded, enjoying the kind of simple things in life, all of those are really going to support you. And then it's taking care of kind of mundane details, doing your garden or sorting out your wardrobe, giving things to charity, looking at how you're going to organize your schedule in future. All of those things are supported this week. It's interesting to me. It feels like this quiet wave that's really enjoyable at times, that kind of allows you to bob along a bit. And then sometimes it gets a bit wilder and you're like, okay, what direction am I going in? And there's a sense of anxiety and I need to drive myself and I need to do things. But fundamentally, it's this process of perfecting what's going on in your life and really enjoying the good times here. So you can do things for the future, but you can really settle into the now and have a great time and see what you want to add into your life, especially if it makes you feel like this makes my life much more beautiful and enjoyable. Okay, so starting with Monday, the 2nd of May, we've got the moon in Taurus. The moon is what comes naturally and what you can tap into without really thinking. Taurus is about earth, it's a fixed sign, and it's about shifting things so that they suit you and that they are perfect for your needs. It governs money and career and the physical realm and your body. So on Monday, immediately, you're able to look at all of those things and say, does this really suit me? Or if it doesn't suit me exactly, how can I make change happen so that I'm happier? So the moon trines Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is all about transformation and change, and it's in the sign of the worker, Capricorn. So you're very willing to engage with this process. I am going to work towards affecting change and adjusting my circumstances so that I'm happier with them. It also sextiles Jupiter and Venus in Pisces. This is kind of interesting, actually. I was reading in the paper yesterday because we have something quite amazing happening at the moment. We have Neptune and Jupiter, outer planets, and Venus, a personal planet. They're all conjunct at the moment. And I'm filming this on Sunday. And what I read is that you're actually able to see Venus and Jupiter in the sky on Sunday. So have a look for that if you want to check it out. But these three planets are really important, right? Venus is the personal planet of love and beauty and creativity. It's new love. It's love for the family. It's expressing yourself creatively. Jupiter is the lucky planet of expansion and growth. So anything that you express or articulate is going to be infused with the good luck of Jupiter. So it'll have a greater impact. It will be more successful than it usually would. And then Neptune is the water planet of dreams and intuition. And it's your ability to kind of visualize your ideal future or what life could look like. And I looked at this earlier, but Venus moves a lot quicker, obviously, than the outer planets. Neptune and Jupiter, they're kind of conjunct. They're in Pisces at the moment. They'll move into Aries later on in May, but they're in Pisces here for at least the first 2 weeks of the month, and they still connect until early June. So what I feel this is all about is this ability to really visualize what you want out of life, to have an imagination, to get these mental images up that you can then examine. You know, like if someone has a photographic memory, they read a book and they take a mental snapshot of each page so they can refer back to that information later on when it's needed, like during an exam or a test or something. Even if you don't have a photographic memory, this conjunction of Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune allows you to kind of paint this mental picture that captures the idealized version of your life as it could be. And then you can take a snapshot of it and refer back to it in May, in early June, and you'll be able to take action that helps those things to manifest. And because Venus and Jupiter and Neptune are involved, particularly if there's something that hasn't quite appeared yet in your life when it comes to love and family and a feeling of belonging, feeling like you're connected, or a connection with the higher realms, that's where you can make a huge amount of progress. So actual love, or how you feel towards certain things in your life, and whether you love them now, or you did love them, or you want to love them in future, and what you can do in between to perfect that relationship. So on Monday the 2nd, the amazing thing is that you have this vision, this ability to see what could be, and then all the earthy stuff of the Taurus moon and Pluto and Capricorn, which allows you to then figure out what exactly you need to do to make that a real thing. The moon goes into Gemini at 12:47 in the afternoon. The moon in Gemini is much more focused on expressing itself and finding a way through, so it's good at problem solving. The Gemini moon then conjuncts Mercury in Gemini, the communication planet in the sign that it rules Gemini, so talking is enjoyable and good, and it opens up new opportunities. And then Venus, the planet of love and beauty, goes into Aries at 6:10 in the evening. And that's great because if you feel the love towards a thing or a place or a circumstance, you'll have the confidence and you'll feel like, I have permission to pursue this thing and to go after it. I'm just remembering something. I have a sponsor, right, in the recovery program, and I've had this sponsor for 11 years, but the way I picked the sponsor was totally against the rules. They say a sponsor is from the recovery thing, and you listen to people, and if you enjoy their message and you think you can learn from it or something, then you approach these people and you say, can you take me through the program? I resonate with what you're saying. I like you. I went to a convention and somewhere in the north of England, and I saw this guy chatting, and there was something in me that was like, you've got to stand in front of this guy and talk to him, and I never get that feeling. So it was like being on a skateboard, being pulled towards this person, and suddenly I blinked and I was in front of this guy. I didn't have anything to say. I said, will you be my sponsor? I'd never met this person, but there was something going on there. Maybe that I thought he was really handsome and good looking. So that was one part of it. But then on another level, I felt like it was being done for me, and I usually would never have the confidence to go up to a stranger like that. But then to stand in front of that person, and it's lasted 11 years. So something good was at work there. So if it's going to add to your life, or if it's going to bring more love into your life, if you have that same feeling of being pulled along without actually having control of the direction, then just go with it and see where it leads you. It's likely to have a good outcome. So on Monday, with all this energy, you are an incredible visionary, and you know exactly what it is you want to manifest in future. So your ability to turn ideas into practical action is therefore, well, no, that's separate. That's heightened by all the earth stuff, allowing you to transcend your existing circumstances. But the magic is when you combine the vision with the practical ability. That's when you can really make a lot of headway. You're not afraid of change, and you're actually focused on making progress. So you're not reluctant. You're not grumbling along. You want things to alter. And with the Gemini moon, you're articulate, and you have this razor sharp focus. So you can even bring in other people to help you to achieve your goals. On Tuesday, the 3rd of May, we've got the moon in Gemini forming a square with Mars in Pisces. That's interesting because Mars in Pisces is not so focused on being ambitious and getting things done in a real sense. It's more interested in getting the picture together. So with the Gemini moon, there's a lot of internal communication going on now, and it's you really painting that picture to perfection. And it sextiles Chiron in Aries. So putting yourself in a situation is something that's really easy for you on Tuesday. If I engage with this, how is it going to come back on me? How am I going to be impacted by this? What are these actions and what consequences are going to come of it, and how is that going to impact my life? So you're very clear on what you can get out of any situation and what you can do for maximum results. Jupiter in Pisces sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. So the interesting thing is on Tuesday, the real world is very malleable. There's a lot of change floating around in the atmosphere. It's heightened by Jupiter, and it's almost like the universe is saying, okay, if your life has been one way for a while, It's now time to change the fabric of your life, of your experience, and to have a different, to open a different chapter in this book of your life, and to take the next step on your journey. So Tuesday, I feel you're going to lose some of your ambition to affect real change. And you're going to find it a lot more relaxing to just daydream and to sit around and to chat and to share ideas with other people. Self-care also becomes really important on Tuesday. So it's not like you're wasting time by becoming clear on what it is you want out of life. I mean, that's an essential key part of this whole process. If you don't know what you're doing, then you can't move towards it. But if you do take a bit of time off, or time for yourself to kind of imagine, then you know exactly what's important to you. And then by the end of the day, you're going to be itching to make progress again. So I feel that allowing yourself to contemplate what could be in an ideal universe, in utopia, your personal utopia, is really essential. So if you've heard, a long time, don't be so flighty or stop living in fantasy land, or what, are you daydreaming again? The answer is yes, actually. Thank you. I am daydreaming on Tuesday, the 3rd of May, because it's important research. Okay, so get off my back. I'm working here. And I mean, I'm kind of kidding, but that's how important this imagination stuff is on Tuesday. You can turn it into action later on in the week. Wednesday, the 4th of May, we've got the Gemini moon forming a trine with Saturn in Aquarius. So you're very willing to speak to the powers that be, or to see the bigger picture in things, to acquiesce, to compromise your own views, and to learn from others. The Gemini moon squares Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. So the vision and the dream is still here, but it's now one influence among many. Other people's views and opinions and laws and society, that's another influence. And the Gemini moon then quincunxes Pluto in Capricorn. Ultimately, the key thing to differentiate between something being useful to you on Wednesday the 4th and not being useful, so other people's instructions and daydreaming, will it help me affect change? Will it help me to rearrange the pieces on the chessboard here so that I'm in a better position? Mars in Pisces sextiles Uranus in Taurus. So that makes you very psychic, in the sense you can almost anticipate the changes that are coming into your life, where there will be gaps and openings that you can slot into and make the most of for yourself. It kind of sounds like, the way I'm speaking, it kind of sounds like there's a little Napoleon type figure at the center of this horoscope saying, I want to make progress. What about my life? What about me being the boss? And it's not like Napoleon. You're not like some megalomaniac warmonger. You're someone who is totally committed to the experience they're having on planet Earth right now, and you're totally committed to making that better for yourself. So you're firmly on team you, and you have the intellect and the spiritual connection and the practical know-how to get all those things done. And I don't want to overstate this, but I feel that it's the combination of this earthy stuff that we've got and this magical conjunction of Jupiter and Venus and Neptune that kind of puts us in a position here at the beginning of May, and even further into May, that if you want to change your life, you're under a lucky star, or 3 lucky stars at the moment, and you're under this umbrella of Venus, Neptune, and Venus, Neptune, and Jupiter. And they're saying you've got a safe space here in order to start something new on your own, whether it's the way you see your life, or a new business, or a new relationship. It's basically saying you deserve more. Go and get it. I love that. So on Wednesday, there may be some useful information. There may be some legislation or some sort of charitable group that's already established, and that can be instrumental in helping you make changes in your life. So other people have been there before and done it before. Share what you're going through. You might get some unexpected help. So for example, like grants offered by the government, or a team that already works with whatever it is you're contemplating, and they can offer you their services. You're comfortable with change and you're driven to make progress on Wednesday. Combine this with the external support available to you on the day, and you can alter your circumstances officially. So what I mean by that is agreeing a transfer at work with your boss officially, rather than actually moving to the new office. It's agreeing the thing in black and white and then taking the action on it later. Thursday, the 5th of May, we've got the moon going into Cancer at 5 minutes past 1 in the morning. So that's much more focused now on family and home. And I feel that Thursday is one of those days where you want to relax a little bit and step it down a notch. The Cancer moon then squares Venus in Aries and Chiron in Aries. So being around people I love and things that I love is healing to me. The Sun in Taurus conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. So you're still on top of your game and you're able to adapt to change easily, especially one that is outside of your control. And then the Cancer moon sextiles Uranus in Taurus. Yeah, so the Sun is your conscious identity, right? The moon is what you feel. And both of those are sitting on top of Uranus and Taurus. And Uranus is the miraculous and unexpected, and Taurus is the earth. So it is something altering significantly on Thursday the 5th, but it neither throws you intellectually or emotionally. In fact, it'll be seen as an opportunity. So jump on that if you see anything. It's trustworthy and good. Mercury in Gemini then sextiles Venus in Aries. So that's amazing for anyone who's trying to write a novel or a curriculum, or to explain themselves and what they're doing in order to get other people on board, or even to get people to invest. You know, like that show Shark Tank, where they go in front of investors and explain their business so that they get support. That's the kind of thing that you're going to be good at on Thursday. However, the personal becomes much more important than work on Thursday, and you'll want to relax and spend time with family and loved ones. Self-care is important, and expressing yourself and letting other people know how you feel about them is going to feel paramount. So if you can take time off this week to spend with friends or family, Thursday is the best day to do it. Going on a joint trip or just kind of hanging out with people you care for, that's going to feel very positive. The energy is family oriented, it's celebratory, and there's also scope for new love and new relationships to start on Thursday. However, with the whole Shark Tank thing, you know, if you are spending time with family, but you also have an opportunity to get strangers or an institution to support you in the changes you're making in your life, then try and do both. It's almost like you can make a group of people or an institution that would usually seem very cold towards you, you can warm them up naturally and create a good symbiotic relationship between the two of you. On Friday, the 6th of May, we've got the Cancer moon forming a square with Chiron in Aries. It trines Mars and Neptune in Pisces and sextiles Uranus and the Sun in Taurus. Okay, so the visionary talent is still there. The ability to take practical action is still there. But the main focus is now on your own healing, spending time with people in your inner circle, and maybe even licking your own wounds a bit, maybe feeling sorry for yourself. You go very much inward. So again, Thursday, Friday, if you can maintain the momentum and work with the public to affect change, great. If you do need a bit of time out to kind of regroup and gather yourself, Thursday and Friday are the days to do it. The Cancer moon then quincunxes Saturn in Aquarius, so you can still learn from other people and doors can open to you. And Mercury in Gemini sextiles Venus in Aries. So you're still very quick to pursue things that you identify as being good for you, and you can get what you want without overthinking it. So on Friday, this is the least powerful energy when it comes to working in the public sphere. It's much more focused on the domestic side of your life. And it may, the motivation may drop off to the extent where even if you've made changes earlier in the week, things that you've set into motion, you may not want to deal with them on Friday. You may just want a bit of a timeout. So if you can slow things down a bit, or you feel you have to slow things down a bit, Thursday and Friday are the best times to do it. That said, delegating stuff or fobbing off a task onto someone else, that's going to work out badly. Finding the time instead to focus on the problem at hand and how to solve it, and working with your visionary ability and your practical skills, that's going to feel the most tolerable and will be the most productive way of going about things. So it's not a day where you just lie back in the hammock and you're like, okay, I can't do anything. Do recharge yourself a bit, exercise, meditate, sleep, take a nap, whatever. But then try and push yourself into productivity, because Monday to Friday here are amazing opportunities. Each day offers you a real chance to create real change in your life. Saturday, the 7th of May, we've got the Cancer moon forming an opposition with Pluto in Capricorn, and it trines Jupiter in Pisces. So things alter a bit. You're still focused on the family, but again, you want to get busy now in a real world sense, and you can see this amazing future waiting for you. The Sun in Taurus sextiles Mars in Pisces, which is a wonderful combination which really encapsulates this whole week. I can do things, but I can also visualize them first. The moon enters Leo at 1:50 in the afternoon. That's great because you feel naturally more confident and you have faith that things are going to work out. Of course, I'm doing them. Of course they're going to work out. It's that kind of almost deluded optimism which you need at times. And then the Leo moon trines Venus in Aries and it sextiles Mercury in Gemini. So it's easy for you to be delighted by someone or something, or to fall in love with something. You're in a good space. You see the best in everything. If another person just enchants you, then trust yourself in that, even if it's been a long time, and go speak to that person or get involved with whatever it is that you find delightful. Something serious could grow from that initial meeting. So you still have the emotional capacity, but the inner critic comes back into your ear as such, and it says, hey, it's time to jump back into action. There's an understanding internally, I feel, that certain energies have aligned. It's what I mentioned earlier, the combination of Venus, Neptune, and Jupiter, which really is a special time that allows you to build something that's going to be amazing in your life, an amazing presence in your life, and it can be there for a long, long, long time. So whatever you build here in May can be something that then supports you for the next 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So regardless of where you're at, whether you're in a good spot or in a bad spot, the energy of those three planets is urging you to look to the future, regardless of what's happened or where you are now, especially when it comes to planning or executing changes. So it's not about ignoring your feelings, but it's saying, I have an opportunity here. So it doesn't matter what the current situation is. What's really important is what I do in the now for the future. If you're able to jump on that bandwagon, that's when you can build something amazing for your future. Finally, on Sunday, the 8th of May, we've got the Leo moon forming a square with Uranus and the Sun in Taurus. So that's really nice and simple. Change is interesting and fun. Traveling, expressing yourself, making change is something that builds you up and gives you a sense of confidence. So now you're really in practical mode here. And it trines Chiron in Aries and it quincunxes Mars in Pisces. So dealing with what's on your plate is going to feel like you're doing the right thing. And it may even inspire you to perfect this picture that you've been painting all week or earlier in the week, and to add some new things to it. So on Sunday, it's really time to keep things simple, and it's time to have fun and to digest any difficult circumstances by giving them time to settle. So rather than trying to analyze stuff, focus on something else. Go to the theme park with your family and enjoy yourself. You're hands off, you're able to enjoy yourself, and through that enjoyment, things do kind of click into place, they make more sense, and you're able to reframe unpleasant situations or events, and you're even able to come up with practical solutions simply by having a good time. So it's like, don't do your research to become an expert. It's basically saying on Sunday, just keep it light. Don't focus on things that are difficult or problematic and try and solve them intellectually by kind of hammering them. Instead, take a breath and focus on something else. You'll be inspired by that something else, and it'll lighten the whole vibe, and that then is going to have a knock-on effect to these things that you're dealing with, these circumstances which seem problematic or stuck. So it looks like an amazing week, and it looks like a really fun time. And if you want to start your own business or a new relationship or something, this is the time to jump into action and to do it. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. I use astrology, the tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. So in a personal reading, I'll draw up your birth chart by taking your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then there's a process called chart rectification. That's where I can work out your time of birth. You send me 10 or more life events, and I can actually see at what moment of the day you were born. So if you want me to do that for you, get in touch via the website, please, gregoryscott.com. Once I have your chart drawn up, I can see a lot about your life purpose, your skills and talents, what's destined for you in certain areas where you can affect a lot of change, travel, finance, love, family, spiritual development, hopes and dreams, career, anything at all. So if you do have any questions, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share it online. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you for the daily tarot readings and the special videos on the eclipses and full moons and new moons and things like that. Have a fabulous time, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.